Good morning, afternoon, evening, early birds, night owls, anybody who might be watching this. I'm trying to be more energetic. I simply need more time in front of the camera. So I don't know. This will probably be some sort of randomy, vloggy, typey, whatever-y. I'm working on breakfast and coffee and stuff like that. I'm doing eggs for my kids. Anyway, I don't know. I think it's about done. Trying to navigate this whole, well, not this whole YouTube thing. It's just, you know, I don't know. I'm a stay-at-home mom, at least for now. And, you know, I know I've got lots of stuff to do every day, and I've got my kids to take care of, but I still get bored and want, I mean, if nothing else, a hobby. You know, I guess you could call YouTube a hobby, right? Right? I mean, why not? Some people, most YouTubers aren't, like, making a living from it. They have a main job, something they've been doing. Some people have been able to, grow enough that they decided at a certain point, you know what? I think I'm doing well enough, and my normal job is taken away from this, what I would like to call a job. So that's when you try and decide to transition, or one person in the family transitions and the other doesn't. Or it's one person's channel and the rest of the family has nothing to do with it. You know? All sorts of different... cracking eggs. That's what that is. All sorts of different options. I don't think I put down more butter, so I hope that doesn't stick. You're distracting me. Look what you did. Nah, I'm kidding. I wouldn't blame you for something like that. I mean, 2 and 4. Who's really gonna care? But anyway, so yeah, just come be my friend. Hang out with me. Leave comments below. I will, you know, I'll always answer stuff. I can, if you will just leave me comments, either ask me questions, or topics that you would like to hear about, or something that you don't feel like researching yourself, I'll bother to research it, and I'll put it on here in the next, video. Oh, shit. I don't have very much room left. I'll be back. I gotta go clear space on my freaking camera. Hey, I'm back. I had to move some things. Oh, crud. Yeah, never mind. Why is it so hard to just turn the camera on? And then I have long pauses and silences. I'm just standing here making faces like, just turn it on. Just turn it on. Just get more camera time. That's what I was talking about. I think it was like a moment ago for you. I think that was a couple hours ago, actually. I don't know what time it was. Let me look at my not watch. Because I'm on my phone, it's getting to be a hard habit to not look at my face over here and look at you over here. You right there, not me right there. See? I'm looking there instead of here. Now, I'm also using the selfie camera. It seems like surprisingly good quality. I don't know how. But when I flip the camera around, I don't know for a fact that I'm in frame and staying in frame. I haven't yet figured that part out yet. But, that's the next thing, I guess. So I don't know, last night, I was looking at, I don't remember how I fell down the rabbit hole, if you want to call it a rabbit hole. YouTube hole? I guess it's a YouTube hole. I started, I basically trailed off from, Fathering Autism. That's the channel that I was watching, Fathering Autism. That's a really great channel. You guys are awesome. You guys are really awesome. Abby's so cool. No, I think it somehow trailed off from there And we'll have a raise of hands. Raise of hands. Who has ADHD? Please put them up in the air. Raise them up. Come on. Right for the ceiling. Anybody? Anybody? Well, guess what? I just got you to raise your hand for someone who can't even see you. But anyway, no. Really though, I have it. If you have it, then, you know, I hope you're doing well. How about that? I hope you are doing well, and you are managing well, and everything is under control for you, because I know it isn't for me. I am slacking. I'm not using any tools or lists or anything the way I should. I've been really lazy about it. I'm not seeing any therapists, psychiatrists. I'm not doing any of that or on medication, even though I probably should be trying it. I really, really think that I should be. Because I'm struggling. But anyway, I was watching all sorts of videos. Oh no, I can't. I'll put them down in the description who I was watching, because I totally want to give them a shout out. I think they're really great YouTubers, very informational, very, it's like 11 things you shouldn't say to someone who has ADHD, and 11 things you should say to someone who has ADHD. And I'm just watching it like I relate on every single thing you're saying. Every single thing that you have just, one of the other videos, every single thing that you've listed off. That's me. I do that or don't do that. To a T. Yes, my room looks like that. Yes, my house looks like that. I live in piles instead of organization. Organized piles. Organized mess. That's what I've always called it. Because I can, well, in the past, now I just fall apart and crumbling. In the past, I would know. I'd have sections, and I'd know what is in each section, so when I was looking for something, I would know where to find it. It was not organized, but I knew where things were, and I knew how to find them. And everyone around you, nobody likes that. I know, I realize it's not good, but the fact that I was functioning, shouldn't function work over being normal or how things like practically should be? I can work toward. Uh-oh. Video reached max file size. Oh. Huh. I got completely derailed. I'm gonna figure out what happened. I'll come back to this. Sorry. Okay, so last time I got cut off. I figured I'd just leave it there. If at some point, if anybody wants to comment on the video or put up some questions, some bullet points on the ADHD topic, something like that, I would love to get it all together and do a video or do a live stream and get everybody's input, make a nice big video. Pretty much what everybody else does with ADD, as far as ADHD and stuff. Awareness, getting people who, for some reason, still don't believe that we actually have something that we can't control. You know? They just, I don't know why. My whole life is that, you know, let's see, I'm 29. When I was in 2nd grade, so what, that would make me like 6? When I was 7, something like that, I was diagnosed with ADHD. And I was put on medication. I would assume that they tried doing therapy and learning skills and things like that. You want to hope, but I don't have any, really. Besides things that I've seen and figured out, like, over the years, or on my own, or recently. So my family wasn't a big help. As far as, I mean, not like my memory or my brain is very, reliable, you could say. I don't remember a lot of things. But I don't remember therapy or anything like that. It was pretty much just at that point. It was still a lot of people thought it was simply behavioral, that it wasn't brain chemistry, that I was put on Ritalin. I think that worked for a long time. But I remember we steadily had to go from, like, 0.5 to 10 to 15. I can't remember if we went up to 20. But then my mom decided I don't know how it came about, they decided to switch me to Adderall, which I was in middle school, and I think it just didn't help. I think it just wasn't the right thing. And as an adult, I look it up, and Ritalin and Adderall they're not completely different, but they don't do the same thing. So I don't know why anyone would think, well, the Ritalin stopped working, let's try something completely different. Why not try, I don't know, try something similar in the same family? You would think. But no, we did that, and then I never liked that. I was getting to an age where I had a lot of opinions and decided I didn't like how Adderall made me feel. And I didn't like taking it, and I didn't want to take medication. So my mother, I don't know why, she left it up to the 12-year-old? She left it up to her 12-year-old to say, I don't want to be on medication anymore. And it was probably shortly thereafter, even if you could even call a year or two shortly thereafter, my life just got progressively harder and harder. I know with puberty and going into high school, sorry, I'll try and stop looking down, going into high school and everything like that can really change, or a person, you're coming into who you are. But at the same time, I feel like I was left to just rot away in my room. I didn't have extracurriculars, I barely had any friends. I spent almost all of my time in my bedroom, and no one cared. No one tried to get me to go to a therapist. I used to hurt myself, and the most I ever got was a warning that if she saw me doing that again, then she would take me to like an institution, basically. It's around here, it's called Harbor Oaks. I would be taken to Harbor Oaks. A mental hospital, that's what it is. I don't know why it would be anything from, okay, just stop doing it, or I'm going to send you away, rather than, oh, how can I help you? Talk to me. Let me take you to somebody that can try and help you. Let's get you back on medication. Remember, you have ADHD. But I don't think anybody really thought of me as, like, having something the same way, not to compare it this way, but the same way, for instance, someone with autism, where it's a lot more obvious that they're having problems. It's a lot more obvious that they need help. A lot more obvious that it's not just being, like, back to ADHD, that no one sees it as you're struggling with social situations, you're struggling with your personal life, with your own self-image, with your own self-esteem, with your everything. You're struggling in every single aspect of life, but because you're functioning at a very basic level, and I gotta say very basic, because I was living in pajamas, and you look back at it, and it's like, why in the world would they just let me be like that? But I digress. I think, now I'm trying to remember where I'm going with this, just, a lot of people don't think it's real, especially in my family. When I stopped taking medication, they pretty much started acting like I never had a problem, like there is no problem anymore, like I just got over it, like it just went away. And all the problems I was having were being blamed on me, and my personality, and just who I am. That I'm a lazy person, that I'm a forgetful person, that I purposely forget things, that I purposely don't do things, that I purposely do things when I'm just forgetting, or I'm not thinking about it, or I start to go, things in your day-to-day can become very, if you're doing it all the time, it becomes very autonomous. You just do them automatically. I didn't put this laundry stuff in and never started it. But yeah, just growing up, it was a lot of the same thing as everybody else. The stigma that it's not real, it doesn't exist. It's just you. These are flaws in you. These are flaws in your personality and your self-esteem. What's wrong with you? Why can't you just do this? Just do this. Just focus. Just do your work. Just do everything that a normal person can, even though you don't know how. Even though you need coping skills, but no one's sending you to a therapist. I'm not asking because I was a child. It's not up to me to ask. It's up to me to wonder why I'm like this. You know, it's up to me to be, or not up to me. I was so depressed and nobody did a thing about it. I want to be so different from my children. If I were to see my kids laying in bed all day, you don't get out of bed until 10 minutes before you have to leave for school, and you're going to school in the same clothes you slept in. You're coming home and you're staying in you don't change your outfit for days, or you're sleeping and going to school in your pajama pants, and you just don't care about how you look. You don't care about your hygiene. You don't care about anything. Why do your parents just let you keep doing that? Don't do that. They're depressed. They won't ask for help. You have to offer it. You're the parent. They're in your home. Tell them to get up. They're going to walk out the door. Tell them, stop. You go change your clothes. I don't care that you don't feel like it. You'll feel better. You go to school feeling like a person, looking like a person, feeling like a person, then maybe it can brighten your day. And if you're mad at me all day, well, then you had an emotion other than sad today. How about that? I think this is more of a rant. I don't know. I'll be back later.